Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we are hopefully going to hop on soon with Nick Cree. We've got a live going here. I'm going to be talking about how to get on TV, radio, and in print media. Who have we got here? Yes, okay. All right. Nick Cree is invited me to speak at his Business Owners Smashing It Online Meetup tomorrow night at the Mafia Hub. And I'm very excited. I'm going to be talking about how to gain $1 million worth of free publicity. And the idea right now is for me to talk to Nick and do a Facebook Live together. So we will see how we go. See if Nick can find me. Oh, something's happened here. Someone's gone yes. Oh, there's Nick. Okay, great. So we'll see if we can add Nick on here. We had some issues with me getting onto his live, so we thought, okay, we'll try it this way. See if we can get a live happening in the other direction and get Nick onto this live. Here we go. Invite. Add. Can I add him? It says adding. Hopefully. Oh, connection failed. What do you mean connection failed? Oh no. How does it happen? Approve. Add. No answer from live video guest. That's bizarre. Okay, Nick, if you are on there. Okay, it says you're here. No answer from live video guest is what I'm getting, Nick. I don't know why that is. Maybe Facebook's having some tech issues today, which is quite possible. So I'm going to add you, and it says no answer from live video guest. But you're saying you're here. So we can say wave. Okay, we can see you're watching. Maybe there's a delay. Approve, add. Bizarre. That's very strange. Well, we'll have to try and work this out somehow. I keep saying approve, add, adding. What? It says what? Nick, it's amazing technology. It says connection failed, right? But you can see me, so obviously the internet's working. So how is it the connection can fail bringing you on when Facebook is saying to add? And they'll receive an invite to join. I go add, and then it says no answer from live video guest. Very strange indeed. I can see that you're there, Nick, yet it says Nick can't go live with you right now. What could it be, Nick? What is this little tech issue with Facebook? Well, you know, it's technology. Technology can do funny things at any moment. And, okay, Nick's back. Oh, he logged out and logged in again. Okay, well, let's see if that works. Approve. No answer from live video guest. Really strange. Okay, I think, turn that off and on again. Add. Very strange. I've got my 4G happening here. I've got my internet going on. Send a request now. I can see the request there, and I just go approve. It goes add. I didn't pay the bill. Maybe I didn't pay the bill either, Nick. What's going on here? That's funny. Oh gosh. Okay, it just says no answer from live video guest. For some reason we're not connecting, but what's happening and why Nick and I want to connect is to share with you, we've got an amazing event tomorrow night. Nick runs the Business Owners Smashing It Online Meetup. It's at the Mafia Hub tomorrow night. Check it out. It's the Brisbane Meetup, and I'm speaking about how to gain $1 million worth of free publicity. So it's very exciting, and so excited to be with you, Nick. Thank you so much for inviting me to be your guest. Maybe we could do a YouTube live. Maybe we just go off Facebook and do a YouTube live and then share that onto Facebook. How about we give that a go? Or maybe a Skype call. I'm going to have a chat to Nick. I'm going to give him a call after this, and we will find a way to connect via video chat. Clearly, Facebook is not wanting to play with us today. I'm just going to try one more time. Add. Adding. Connection failed this time. Okay, strange. Because I can see you there, Nick. I can see that you're there, which is awesome. We're here in spirit and we're doing our best. However, Facebook doesn't want to play with us today, so it's all cool. But anyway, if you're watching this, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you join us tomorrow night if you can, or join us online, Business Owners Smashing It Online, Brisbane, speaking about how to gain $1 million worth of free publicity. And while you're here right now, I will give you a few tips on how to get free publicity. Now, the very first thing you need is to be very clear on what it is you want to promote. And it's not necessarily about the product. You need to look at the product behind the product, or the story behind the product that you want to promote. Okay, the gods are not playing nice. Well, it's good that you're here, Nick, anyway. I'll just share a little bit anyway, and then we can see if we can hop on with the two of us after this on another platform possibly. I am on my phone. I didn't bring my laptop here. Maybe laptop might have been better. I really don't know. Normally it does work on the phone. I have done this before, so it's very strange, but we will look at that. So first you need to be clear on what is it you want to promote, and then look for the story behind the story. Why is it that you want to promote that? What is the interesting or unique story behind whatever it is you want to promote? And then you need to look at how you help the wider community with what you do. So the next thing is you need to then package that up. You need a press release, you need photos, and now you could just call the media and say, hey, can you run a story on me? The thing is though that you need to have a very snappy pitch if you're going to do that, and it needs to be relevant, it needs to be interesting, newsworthy, not too commercial. Okay, you do not want to be pitching something commercial, because the media will say go straight to the advertising department and take out an ad. So there's just a few basic 101 things around PR. I'm going to be sharing a whole lot more and some insider tidbits gained from 35 years media experience. So really looking forward to doing that with you tomorrow, Nick, and everyone else who comes to the Business Owners Online. Business Owners Smashing It Online. Perfect, you're answering all my questions. Oh, okay, great, Nick, excellent. Well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them in here, and we can chat away this way, even if we don't get you on the video chat. Nick, you're looking fantastic in your profile photo, I must say. Very nice shot there. Nick and I, we've known each other for quite a few years now. We keep bumping into each other at different events, and it's just awesome to see what Nick has done with his Meetup events. Hello, Jan, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Welcome. If you have any questions around getting PR, please pop them into the comments and I'll answer them for you. Nick, have you got any questions? Any other questions that you would like to know about getting PR? And of course, Nick runs the Business Owners Smashing It Online. He's got the Brisbane Meetup group and the Gold Coast Meetup group. And I am also running two events myself this week. I've got the How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop at the Quality Hotel on Thursday, the 30th of May. That same workshop will be in Brisbane on the 18th of June. And also on Thursday night, we've got the Mass Media Masters Meetup, which is one that I run, and we've got a topic called how to reach 50 million people worldwide by making a movie. And we've got a local filmmaker called Peter Turner, who is the writer and director and producer of The Darker Side of Paradise. He's going to be coming along and speaking on Thursday night, and he's got some of his actors coming along, so it's going to be an awesome night. It's all at the Quality Hotel Mermaid Waters. And if you want to know more about those events, hop on Mass Media Masters on the group on Facebook. In the meantime, you definitely want to get along tomorrow night to the Business Owners Smashing It Online Meetup that Nick Cree runs in Brisbane, where I will be speaking tomorrow night. Okay, Nick has a question. What is the connection between online and offline media? Great question, Nick. Well, you would know that the media is changing rapidly. In fact, the last 20 years or so that we've had social media, the media has really been merging now with what we call traditional media. Traditional media is TV, radio, print publications such as newspapers, magazines. And what's starting to happen more and more now is that the offline traditional media is now merging with the online world. And you will start noticing with shows on traditional media channels, you'll start noticing that there's feedback being asked, and people are saying, some of the hosts are saying, just, what is your opinion on this? And tweet your opinion in, or pop your opinion on Facebook. And there's a lot of merging now happening between traditional media and online media, which is very exciting for us, because no longer is the media just controlled, mass media controlled by just a few people. Now people have a lot more power. People like you and I have a lot more power to get our messages out there, because we have social media. And now traditional media is looking to social media all the time, looking for story ideas. So this is very exciting for you and I. It's important to be very conscious of the types of stories that you put out in the media and what kind of messages do you want to portray in your social media and in your traditional media. So my background is I've had about 35 years media experience. I know I don't look much older than 25, but I'm actually 45. I was first interviewed by the media at age 10. So I have a vast experience in TV, radio, print and online media. I have a YouTube channel called Media Queen TV. I co-host the podcast Tech Webcast, which has had over 1 million downloads in the last 7 years. We're coming up to our 500th episode. It's very exciting. So I actually myself work in traditional media as well as online media. And it's important now that you have a presence right across the board, because when people want to work with you, they're going to Google you. And what are they going to find when they Google you? Just want to say hello to our new people coming on board here. Hello, Alexis, welcome. I'm looking forward to the meetup. Excellent, Alexis, we'll see you there. Jan, hi, love this connection. Just finished an assignment, so I'm recovering, lol. Thanks for keeping us up with things. Awesome, Jan, welcome. Hello, Mel, great to see you. Hello, Andrew. Nick, seems free publicity is for large businesses that know journalists. How can small business get a bit of that action? Great question, Nick. And in fact, small businesses and authors, speakers, experts, coaches are all getting a lot of free publicity as well. Now, just in Australia alone, we have about 1,600 magazines. So it doesn't matter what your topic is, there will be a journalist out there looking for your story. The media need new stories all the time. So the main thing is that the media need to be knowing that you are an expert in the field. And if you don't put yourself out there, how are they going to know about you? You will be the world's best kept secret. But if you want to be a star and if you want to shine in your industry, then you need to put yourself as an expert in your industry. And so half the thing is actually knowing what you want to promote, packaging it up effectively, and then pitching it effectively. Now, if you think right now, if you're watching this, and actually I'd love to hear what are some of the fields of people watching this now, what are some of the fields that you're in, like if it's health or property, or what are some of the fields that you're in? Just pop them into the chat there. I'd love to see what areas you actually work in or areas that you may want to get publicity in. Nick mentioned on another Facebook Live earlier is that I actually do a lot of work for animal charities, and for years I got sick of seeing animal cruelty and I decided to do something about it. So I set up the world's first Animal Action Day in 2007. And I've aligned with different charities every year, all to raise awareness, appreciation and respect for animals. So 12 years I've been running the Animal Action events. You can check it out on Facebook, Animal Action Events on Facebook, the page. And this year I'm doing the 13th annual event, and it's going to be October 5 at the Quality Hotel Mermaid Waters. And the whole concept is inspiring everyone in the community to just take action for animals in some way, whether it's signing a petition against whaling, whether it's buying free-range eggs if you're going to buy free-range eggs, or being more conscious when you go shopping. So for example, if you buy just normal candles, you are supporting the palm oil industry, because there's palm oil in normal candles, which of course is affecting the orangutan population around the world. So just little things like that, just getting some awareness out there. Now, my Animal Action events have raised millions of dollars worth of media exposure. It's had TV, radio, print, online coverage every single year I've done the event, and it's because it's a fantastic community story. It's a fantastic thing that affects everybody in the community. So what can you do, or what are you passionate about that affects the wider population beyond yourself? That's what the media are interested in. They want to know how what you do affects the wider community. So Nick, with your question, how can small businesses get a bit of the action? They can align themselves with a charity or a cause. Okay, that's a great way to get free publicity. That's a golden tip. And also have something with a date on it that you do or that you align yourself with, because if you don't have an event with a date on it, a launch, if you're doing a book, maybe a book launch, event launch, if you don't have something with a date on it, your story can get held over and over and over. The other great tip for you is make sure you have fantastic visuals with what you do. You really need good quality visuals, whether it's for TV, radio or print. Now a lot of radio stories are going online on their websites, so you need good visuals. Hello Terry, thanks for joining us. What fields are you in? Tech Webcast. Yes, Tech Webcast, one word. techwebcast.info is the website, Jan. Thank you. I found that it is very difficult to contact TV networks. This is Alexis, to supply media releases and gain traction about local events. Is it a who you know situation now? Alexis, no, not necessarily. I mean, it does help if you know reporters. I mean, the thing is, reporters get bombarded with press releases all the time, right? However, if you pitch effectively with a good package, you are much more likely to get coverage than someone who doesn't. You can burn your bridges easily if you don't know what you're doing in this field. So that's why it's very important to get expert advice and to come along, say tomorrow night or to one of my workshops, come along and get some tips, insider tips on how to approach the media effectively. With TV, now they often don't make decisions on whether they're going to run a news story until the morning of whatever, say you've got an event on Friday and you want TV coverage to happen on the Friday, they will often say, well, send us the details and we'll have to see how we go on Friday, because if a huge news story comes up, like a cyclone or a terrorist attack or something massive happens, then all the crews will be there and all the local stories will get put aside. So that can happen at any moment with TV. So don't take it personally if that's happened with you. It does depend on what you're pitching. I'm curious, Alexis, what is it that you've been wanting TV coverage for? I'm very curious about that, and also how you pitch it. I'm curious, but you probably won't be able to just put into two sentences here. However, what topic were you wanting some TV exposure about? Jan says, spent 3 days updating LinkedIn. Excellent, Jan. Beautiful. Hello, Jamie. Welcome. Nick, what about boring industries? Who wants to hear about them? Boring? Well, you know what? Patsy Rowe is a lady now. Beautiful Patsy. I've known her for years. She just died recently of cancer. However, Patsy Rowe, the year before she died, she had 250 media spots on the topic of etiquette. Now, etiquette's a pretty boring industry, Nick. Etiquette, like where to put your knife and fork. It's a fairly boring industry, yet she got 250 media appearances the year before she died. So, if she can do it with etiquette, imagine what you can do with your topic. That's what I'd like to say to that. So it doesn't matter how boring it is, it's about how it's packaged up. And also you need to be passionate about what you do as well, and you need that passion to shine through when you're doing your media interviews. Grab your free spot there. Excellent, Nick. Yes, I'll tag myself. Beautiful. Soy candles are great. Yes, they are, Jan. And soy candles burn a lot longer than your normal candles. But who would have known normal candles have palm oil in them? I mean, I didn't know until I did a fundraiser for orangutans, and I found out that normal candles, the normal little tea lights and things, have all got palm oil in them. So it's all publicity, good publicity. How do you deal with negative publicity? Yes, Nick, great question. How do you deal with negative publicity? Well, one thing is the publicity factual? Now, a lot of journalists do get their facts wrong, and that's why I highly recommend you do a press release, because at least then they have something to look at. Journalists are really, really busy people. So if they get their facts wrong, then you can ask them to actually put a retraction notice in and to do a correct fact in whatever the media has come out. Now, with negative publicity, all negatives can be turned into a positive. So the fact is that, depending on the story, of course, but I think all negatives can be turned into a positive. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump, there's people that absolutely hate him and there's people that absolutely love him. And that's the thing you're going to find anytime you put yourself out in the media. Anytime you step up in the media, you're going to find people that are going to try to put you down at times. There's going to be people that hate you and people that love you, and you're going to get media. Some media are going to sensationalize things because that's what they do, right? There is a lot of negative media in mainstream headline news. However, the beauty is now, I believe, there's a good news movement starting, and I believe more people are wanting more good news. So we have things like Good News Network now, we have Sunny Skies News, we have a happy newspaper that this UK girl has created that's gone viral on the internet. There's a lot more positive news coming out, and in fact the biggest selling book of all time was the Good News Bible. So there you go. Good news is what people want, and I think it's really important to help lift people's spirits with more good news actually that we put out there. So how you deal with negative publicity, Nick, is that you don't let it get to you, for starters, okay? If there's negative publicity out there, it just means the journalist most likely has made an error with what they've put out, or they've twisted the story, in which case I would be asking for a retraction, and if it's really, really bad, you could probably sue the media channel, right? However, I would not let it get you down. You cannot control what the media do with your story. All you can do is increase your chances of getting a positive story in by having an accurate press release which they can refer to. If they're interviewing you by phone and they're on deadline and they're rushed, as they often are, they will and can make mistakes, okay? So just expect that. It can happen. There could be factual errors at any point. Not all journalists are really thorough, and they're on deadline constantly. So that's why it's important to make life really easy for them. Yes, Tech Webcast, Jan, that's right, one word. Okay, Nick, another great question. Is there a formula to preparing a press release so it gets a better chance of being picked up? Yes, absolutely. You need a 1A4 page document, you need a snappy headline, you need to say for immediate release on the top, have the date at the top, and you need to write in the beginning of the press release, you need to have the who, what, where, when, why, get straight to the point with the topic of whatever it is you're promoting. It needs to be a newsworthy angle, it needs to be written as a journalist would write it, and it needs to have your contact details at the end of the press release. That's just a few quick tidbits on how to do a press release effectively. I could do a whole one-day workshop on this topic alone, and in fact I do workshops helping people do press releases and finding what the gems of their story are, because often you're too close to your own story to actually see what is amazing about what you do. And that's the thing, that's why it's really nice to have somebody else come along and look at your story, somebody who's an expert in their field. Now, I've interviewed some amazing people in my time, Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Cyndi Lauper, Debbie Harry from Blondie, most recently Charlie Sheen in LA and Jewel. And it's something that all of these people and all the celebrities that I've interviewed over time have in common. There's actually three things they have in common. One is they're really passionate about what they do. The second thing is they all have a PR agent or somebody else representing them. And the third thing is they do not let negativity get to them. They don't let negativity pull them down. Okay, and that's very important. If you are true to your message and true to what you're doing, then it won't matter what other people say. Stay on path with what you're doing. Stay true to yourself. And do not let the bastards get you down, right? As they say, what other people think of you is none of your business. So just stay true to you, stay true to your truth. You know, the fact is we could all be dead tomorrow, right? In fact, I've lost 8 friends in the last year, unexpectedly, most of them before the age of 60. And I started Good News Day actually last year. If you go facebook.com/The Good News Day, on the 8th of the 8th last year, I started Good News Day because I was passionate about spreading more good news in the world to lift people's spirits and help decrease depression and anxiety. I've had depression in the past. I've had 4 friends take their own lives, and there's about 1 million people a year worldwide that actually die from suicide, and there's about 1 in 5 people in Australia alone that have depression. So the media that we put out, the media we consume, is so important. And it's not saying don't look at the negatives and mention the negatives. I mean, sure, there's negative stuff happening all the time, but there's also a hell of a lot of positive stuff. So it's like, okay, there's negative stuff happening. How can we turn that into a positive? So, for example, when I did Animal Action event for koalas, I did a fundraiser for koalas, and I mentioned in the press release that koalas are critically endangered, that there's only 50,000 left in the wild, right? That's a really negative point, and kind of if you dwell on that, you get really depressed and go, oh my goodness, you know, what the hell are we doing? What's the point of living if you really dwell on it, right? But what I did is I went out to the media and said, this is something the community are doing about it. We're doing an animal action night, and we encourage everyone in the community at large to do 3 things to take action for koalas. One is drive slowly at night. Okay, a lot of koalas are found dead underneath signs that say beware of koalas. Another thing we can do is plant eucalyptus trees. Okay, they need more food. The environment is being cut down at a drastic rate, and the poor koalas are getting so stressed out because they're very territorial. The male koalas actually mark their scent on the tree, so when you chop their tree down, they become stressed, they get all sorts of chlamydia and diseases, etc. The other thing you can do is contain your dogs at night. Make sure your dogs don't get out, because a lot of koalas get attacked by dogs, right? There's 3 simple things, positive things that people can do to make a difference for koalas. Okay, there's an example of how you can turn a negative into a positive, right? And I think the more we focus on positive things out there, the more we focus on what great things people are doing, the more hope we have for humanity, you know, and the more hope we have for ourselves and for our lives and for those around us. And if people love their lives and people love what they do, they will be more peaceful within themselves. That will have a ripple effect on their family and on the world at large. So if you love what you do, passionate about what you do, and you step up with your message, imagine the impact you can have on the world. Getting a bit emotional now. It does happen at any moment. Okay, I'll go back to some of these questions. Wow, that was a long answer to your question there, Nick. Oh, geez. Okay, what other questions have we got here? LinkedIn is a great way for making fantastic connections. Jan says people want to network. Yes, absolutely. LinkedIn is brilliant because you've got 80% of people on LinkedIn are business owners or managers or decision makers. So LinkedIn is brilliant. I've actually got about 24,000 people nearly on my LinkedIn now, which is brilliant. So if you haven't connected with me on LinkedIn, make sure you do. I'm sure Nick is on there as well. Make sure you connect with Nick Cree. He's awesome. And I am speaking at Nick's event tomorrow, Business Owners Smashing It Online in Brisbane at the Mafia Hub tomorrow night if you want to come and see me speak in Brisbane. And also I'm running 2 events on Thursday on the Gold Coast, the How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop. And also at night time we've got the Mass Media Masters Meetup with Peter Turner, local filmmaker. He's going to talk about how to reach 50 million people worldwide by making a movie. So hop onto the Facebook group and the Meetup group Mass Media Masters and you will see all the events listed there. That workshop also will be in Brisbane on the 18th of June. Okay, what else have we got here? Alexis. It was for an international event. Okay, so Alexis was wanting some TV exposure, she said earlier. It was for an international event, arcade event at a local Brisbane arcade. Okay, we did submit a summary with visuals and also an article with greater detail for those that needed that additional info for better decision making. Okay, so the arcade event. So what was this arcade event? What sort of visuals? I'm curious. I mean, there could be a whole lot of arcade events. So what exactly was special about that arcade event? That's what I'd want to know, Alexis. So interesting. Okay, it sounds like it might have been a good newsworthy story, but TV are going to be thinking with visuals. They're going to be thinking what sort of talent can they interview? What kind of pictures can they get for TV? They want interesting pictures. Hello, John. Great to see you, John Dwyer. Absolute legend in the marketing field himself. Very amazing guy, I must say. Brian Sisso, missed the curlers. Missed the curlers. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Brian, but if you're talking about my curls, these are natural curls. Okay, there's no curlers happening here. Classic. Jamie, great work. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie Mai, also an exceptional man out there. John Blunt, another extraordinary man. Wow, I'm so blessed to have so many amazing people in my life. So many cool people. Very, very blessed and grateful for all of you watching this. Thank you so much. Nick, what will you be covering at the Business Owners Smashing It Online Meetup in Brisbane tomorrow evening? Okay, I'm going to be covering my 3 main steps to getting free publicity. So the topic is how to gain $1 million worth of free publicity. I'm going to be covering some ideas, give you some ideas on different angles that you can use for the media. I've got 9 different angles I'll be going through, and also some ways you can maximize your media coverage online. Some little known secrets, some little known tips to actually taking your offline media and getting some online media exposure, some great tools and websites that you can access. So that's what I'll be covering tomorrow night, Nick, amongst other things. Okay, the event has now finished. However, it would be great to now get some follow-up about it. I've got heaps of footage over the weekend, 2 cameras and the broadcast live on Twitch for the whole weekend. Just need to get some traction. Okay, often media will not report about an event after it has finished, unless you're going to be doing maybe another one next year, in which case they might do something in the lead up to that event. But generally speaking, they do not cover events after they're finished. Generally, they don't. Okay, so Alexis, unfortunately, that's probably bad news for you there. However, now it's a matter of not promoting the event specifically, but what are some stories maybe of something that happened at the event? There could be some other angles and ways to approach that without specifically promoting the event, because that's now old news, okay? So if you're promoting an event next year, then start targeting that and think of some other different story angles to go with that. Okay, that's my tip there for you, Alexis. Okay, any other questions from anyone? So great to see you all. Nick, thank you so much again for having me as your guest tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to it. Who's coming along? Just pop in the chat there if you're coming along. And I'm also curious, where are you all beaming in from right now? Whereabouts in the world are you right now? I'd love to hear what suburb, what town are you in? Where are you? What country are you in? Where are you coming to us from? Just pop something in the chat there below, and I would love to hear from you. Now, I am a photojournalist by trade. As I said, I've had some media coverage ever since I was 10 years of age, and I'm now 45, so 35 years in one way or another I've been involved with the media. And it can be a really difficult industry sometimes. There are some really blunt people in the industry, and sometimes they can be really rude too, because they're on deadline, and that's why it's really important. You need to know how to approach the media effectively and not upset them if you want to get the media coverage. Here's another golden tip for you. If you're going to be pitching anything to the media, do it before noon, because by the afternoon they're starting to get very stressed out. They're usually on deadline. They're starting to get stressed out. Unless, of course, you're pitching to, say, a radio show host or something, and they finish their show at, say, 11 a.m. You want to be pitching between 11 and 12 straight after their show, because that's when they start putting together the content for future shows. Hello, Adam. Welcome, welcome. Where are you coming to us from here? Where are you guys? What town are you in? What city? Where are you? What country? Just pop your answers in there. That'd be great to see. I am in no internet land, Nick. I wonder where no internet land is. Well, you seem to be on the internet right now, so it can't be that bad. Hello, Lucy. Welcome. We're having a bit of a chat here about how you can get on TV, radio and in print media. And I am doing well. Thank you, Adam. I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Life is good. I'm so grateful for my life and for my friends and family and for living on the Gold Coast. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be doing a 90-minute walk on the beach. It's about 77 kilometres. I was going to say 70 kilometres, not 70 kilometres. It's about 7 kilometres. I'll be doing a long walk on the beach and going body surfing. And it's one of my favourite ways to start the day. I love the ocean here on the Gold Coast. It's one way that I stay happy and stay able to do the amount of work that I do. I do keep fairly busy. I had 2 events I ran last week. I spoke at the Marketing Rotary Conference yesterday on the Gold Coast. It's non-stop. There seems to be things going on. I've got my Media Queen TV YouTube channel where I'm constantly doing movie reviews and interviewing people, and I just love it. I just love what I do, and so to keep doing what I love, it's important to keep loving what I do and take time out for me too. Go to the beach, go to the gym, meditate, listen to great music, dance, all that kind of fun stuff. What do you do to have fun? What do you do to have fun? Okay, Jan is at Sunshine Coast at present, but still following things down on the Gold Coast, like, say, Black Swan Lake. Yes, Jan. Now, the Black Swan Lake situation, that is absolutely disgusting. I must say, I got right behind that. The council have turned a 2.74 hectare wildlife park with 65 different species of animals into a car park. It's absolutely disgusting. I was up in arms when I heard about it. I cannot believe what the council have done, and if there isn't corruption and a bit of dirty business going on in the back, then I don't know what is, because it's public land. A lot of the councillors were on the board of the turf club. That the council has basically gifted this land for $1 a year to the turf club. They've leased it out to them, and they've filled in this whole area, and all these poor swans and animals have been buried alive, turtles have been buried alive, and just check it out, Black Swan Lake. It's absolutely disgusting what has happened there. And yes, I get a bit passionate about it, and I just blown away sometimes by what people do out there. And it's all to turn it into a bloody car park. The turf club doesn't need any more car parks. It's insane. They've got heaps of room for car parks. That was such a beautiful tourist attraction, such a gorgeous part of the Gold Coast that they have just destroyed, absolutely destroyed as public land. And I actually did an Aboriginal ceremony out there a little while ago, and it was very, very special. What do you do? What do you do about this stuff? Speak up about it. That's what you do about it, and that's what I'm doing about it. Speak up about things that you're not happy about. Adam's from Vaucluse, Sydney. Beautiful, nice place, Adam. Very nice. At work, running night shift. Good one. Okay, cool. Enjoy that. Nick, how can you get your media appearance to go viral? Now, that is a great question, Nick, and I could do a whole one-day workshop just on that topic. That is a great question. Now, it's very important that you share your media coverage online. And it's very important where you share it online. I will be sharing some tips around that actually at your meetup. I'm not going to answer that question fully here, but I will be sharing some tips tomorrow night. So come along to the meetup. Business owners smashing it online, Brisbane tomorrow. Come and check it out. Brett Simpson, hello Brett, nice to see you. Look out for the whales. Yes, Jan. Manny, welcome. And that's right, Nick, grab your spot there. Nick has put the link there for the meetup. So hopefully you can come and join us there tomorrow night. If you can't make it tomorrow night in Brisbane, then make sure you join the group Mass Media Masters group on Facebook and also on Meetup. And I've got a workshop I'm running on Thursday, how to gain $1 million worth of free publicity, which I'll be talking about also tomorrow night at Nick's event. We can get you some free tickets. So hop on if you're in the Brisbane area, you want to be there. You definitely want to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun too. And then Thursday night, I've got a Mass Media Masters Meetup event with Peter Turner, local filmmaker, who is doing the darker side of Paradise film. He's coming to talk about how you can reach 50 million people worldwide by making a movie. That'll be Thursday night. So lots going on. And then I've got a Brisbane workshop coming up on the 18th of June. I'll be doing some tours around Australia, doing some workshops around Australia this year too. So if you're in another part of Australia and want to see me speak there, then I'd also love to hear from you and love to collaborate and get the word out there and help people spread their truth, spread their message, get more media exposure, help lift people's spirits with more positive media out there and make a difference, because you can make a difference. You are extraordinary. Just by being alive, you are 1 in a billion. People don't get that. You are extraordinary. You are amazing. And you're here for a reason. I think you're here on this live for a reason. There's a reason you're watching this right now. And it's time. It's time for you to step up. Leave a legacy. What kind of legacy are you going to leave when you leave this planet? What do you want people to remember you for? something to think about, right? Stuck in the books at the moment, Jan. Well, good on you, working away there. That's awesome. Okay, any final questions? And we'll wrap up this live. I mean, I could chat forever on this. I'm quite happy to just stay here and keep chatting. What are you grateful for today? I love thinking about things I'm grateful for. And as I said earlier, I'm grateful for you guys, grateful for Nick. Thank you for having me speak at your event tomorrow night. Nick, the business owner, Smashing It Online. Meetup tomorrow night in Brisbane at the Mafia Hub in Murray. Check it out. Nick has put a few links there in the chat box. And I am very grateful for my beautiful family. My parents have been together nearly 50 years and they live at Bribie Island. And my dad recently, unfortunately, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Oh, I get emotional. He's 81 and he's getting treatment. And the treatment, the radiation treatment he's getting right now is 5 days a week for 7 weeks, and it's costing about $23,000 for radiation treatment. And he's also doing hormone treatment. And I'm nervous for him because no one likes to get cancer, right? And I just sent him lots of prayers and strength. And for anyone else watching this who has cancer or battling a health condition, your health is just so important, and that's why it's important also to love what you do. Love what you do, because you only have one precious life on this planet. I don't know quite what happens to us when we leave this planet, but you definitely want to make the most of it and make the most of the people you're with and be present with the people you're with. We are human beings, not human doings or human havings. So be with those around you and be with yourself. Love yourself too. It's really important to love yourselves. I love my parents. I'm so grateful for them. My mum is 75 and they're just gorgeous. I'm so happy. I rebelled against my parents for a long time growing up in Sydney. We had a very strained relationship and now we just have the most extraordinary relationship. So grateful for family and my brother in Gosford and my family in Sydney and around the world. I've got family in Turkey, Ukraine, Greece, America. I'm so grateful for all of my family around the world. What are you grateful for? Thank you, Jan. All the best to my dad. Thank you so much. And hello to Jennifer. Welcome. Hello, Sandon, Matthew. Where are you guys coming to us from? Whereabouts are you right now? What city or what country are you in right now? What are you grateful for? I'm grateful. So grateful. It's amazing. You know, gratitude is such a beautiful thing. It's like every time you think gratitude, you just come from a love space. And, you know, in life, it's either love or fear. Are you coming to things, are you approaching things in your life from a love space or from a fear space? From scarcity or abundance? From freedom or flight? Freedom or flight? Freedom within yourself or wanting to run away from things because they all get too hard? Or do you get overwhelmed? What do you do when things get tough? What do you do? I'm very curious. Love to hear from you guys. Pop your comments in there. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Welcome. And thanks again to Nick. I am speaking at the Business Owners Smashing It Online Meetup tomorrow night in Brisbane. And I've got a few events I'm running myself. Also, check out the Mass Media Masters group on Facebook and Business Owners Smashing It Online with the amazing Nick Cree. Nick is awesome, amazing. If you want websites or blogs, all sorts of things Nick does, just check him out, Nick Cree. He is watching this right now. Amazing guy if you want some online marketing sorted out. Okay, any other final questions and we will wrap up. What are you grateful for? I can't see any comments about what you're grateful for. Surely you're grateful for something. What are you guys grateful for? Just pop something in the comments there. What are you grateful for? Sunshine Coast, Brian, beautiful, one day perfect the next. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sunshine Coast is great. Jan, thank you. Grateful for Facebook Lives, love live music and around the globe and making friends. It's such fun. Yes, absolutely, Jan. Love it. Grateful for Facebook Lives. Even when we wanted to get Nick on this live and no matter what we did, we just couldn't seem to make it happen. Let's see if we can do it again now. Let's see. Add viewers. Let's see. We just battled with this a bit and we thought, okay, we'll just roll with it as you do. No, it doesn't seem to be. No, it doesn't seem to be adding you, Nick. Let's see. No, it just says you're on. No, we had issues getting Nick on a video chat with us. However, we are on text chat, so it's all good. It's all good. Grateful we could even do this live video even though we couldn't both get on. Yes, Nick. Absolutely. Turning lemons into lemonade. That's what we're doing today, Nick. Oh, life It's funny, isn't it? You know, technology. I mean, you can either tear your hair out or you just go, okay, let's just roll with it. Let's just see what we can make out of this. And that's what we've done here today. And I think that's what you've got to do in business and in life sometimes. You know, life throws curveballs all the time. And how are you going to be about it? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to be when life throws those curveballs at you, things that are unexpected? That's why nowadays I don't like to have really high expectations of anything much nowadays. I just figure, well, if I have really low expectations of most things, then I won't get disappointed, right? Which is, you know, I don't know that that's exactly the best way to do things, but just sometimes particularly I've been online dating for a long time, and so with guys I meet, I kind of I go, okay, we'll just see what happens here, right? So I've probably become a little bit resigned and cynical in the world of dating. But anyway, that's a whole other story, a whole other Facebook Live. We'll do on that one. Go with the flow and be positive. Yes, Nick, absolutely. Go with the flow and be positive. That's nice. That's exactly what you do when life throws curveballs. Very nice. Hello, Henry from America. Nice to see you. Hello, my friend. You are live. Yes, I am. I'm live. I'm actually at the casino. I'm off to see the 7:30 movie tonight at the casino on the Gold Coast called Longshot, and I do movie reviews. It's one of the many things I do on Media Queen TV on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. There's some awesome stuff on there. I've got an interview with David Icke. Did a great interview last week with Jordan Alexander from New Zealand about the truth about love and how to spot online dating scammers. Now that's a really interesting one. There's also another one I've done with Tracy Corman on the truth about how to deal with depression and anxiety and abuse. So that's a great one. Just check it out, Media Queen TV on YouTube. You'll love it. Low expectations like Charlie Brown when it happens. Yes, Jen. Exactly. Any final questions? Any questions about the media? What would you like to know? Anything else? Just pop your questions in there. I'd be happy to answer them. And who's coming tomorrow night? Who's coming along to Business Owners Smashing It Online Brisbane at the Mafia Hub? We're going to have a lot of fun there tomorrow night, Nick and I, and whoever else turns up. I'd love to see you there if you're in the area. If you're not in the area, it's worth travelling to the area. Definitely be worth travelling to the area to be there. Okay, any final questions, comments, anything you've got from this live that you'd like to share quickly in the chat box? Say any aha moments maybe that have come through today with some of the wisdom we've been sharing. And I'd love to hear also if you've had media exposure yourself and what some of your experiences have been. Me, yes, Nick, pick me. Hello, Kylie, welcome. Sorry, but more assignments. Okay, Jan, no worries. We better get back to those assignments. Now, you're going to feel a lot better once they're done. Just have a think about that. Now, when it comes to putting yourself out in the media, here's another tip. Now, you only have to know 10% more than somebody else to actually teach something or to put yourself out as an expert in something. You don't have to know every single thing about the topic. Okay, so don't use that as an excuse when it comes to getting media exposure and getting your message out in the media. Okay, if you know 10% more than someone else, you can teach it. Okay, and the media often have several experts in their field, in different fields, on their books, right? So if they can't reach the first expert, if you have a thing right now about your industry, and you think of the top person in your industry, most likely that had a lot of media exposure where you may not have, right? So the thing is that if media go to interview that top expert, and they can't reach that person, they will go to their second or their third expert, right? So sometimes they just need to talk to someone there and then, and if you just happen to be there as an expert, they will come and approach you. So for example, I did some PR for an amazing business called Aussie Mega Mall a few years ago, and I got them over 30 media spots. I got them on Channel 7, Channel 9. We did the Australian launch of their headquarters, and back then in 2016, Aussie Mega Mall had 3,000 online stores. Now they have 32,000 online stores, and a year later, after a Channel 9 story went in, when Amazon was being launched in Australia, then Channel 9 called them up and did a follow-up story because they were in competition with Amazon now, and because they're known as an expert in the online shopping store space. They were approached, Channel 9 called them directly and did a fantastic story worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of media. Actually, it'd be millions, because they had a 2-minute spot on news, which is a lot, right? On news, they got a great 2-minute segment and fantastic coverage for Aussie Mega Mall. So Channel 9 approached them a year later, remembering that they were experts and that they had these online stores. So that's the thing, is that once you start getting some media out there, media feed on other media, which is very exciting for you because the sky's the limit here. And once you start putting yourself out there, you will be known as the expert, and media will start coming to you, and it will be a lot easier to get exposure. Okay, any other final comments? It says adding unique. Maybe this is going to work finally. Wouldn't that be bizarre? It says adding. Oh, connection failed. Oh dear. Well, it was worth trying one last time, Nick. We get 10 points for effort, I tell you. 10 points for effort. Okay, any other final comments, questions? What have you got from this live? What are you going to go out to the media with? What story are you going to go out with? What are you passionate about? What do you want to see change in the world around? Love to know. Love to know. Let's try again. Nick's saying it. Say approve, add. It says adding. Right now it says adding. Adding. It says adding. And we're trying to add Nick onto this live. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Any comments, questions, any other? Do you guys know how to do the comment? Just pop on the bottom there. There'll be a way to make comments. Just press on the comments thing. Nick, failure is how we get success in life. Yes. And in fact, failure, I guess, is they're all learning experiences in life. So the thing is to learn from all the things that happen in life, whether they feel like crap at the time or whether they feel good at the time. There's things that we can learn in any moment, and with everyone that we approach and we're with, we can always learn things. You never learn less, as they say. Jan, nice chatting. I'm following your post and we'll get back soon. Awesome, Jan. Good luck with those assignments. Jan, I have faith in you. I know you can do it. Okay, it says adding you, Nick, but nothing's happening. It's, Facebook. It's saying adding. It's saying adding. Bizarre. Facebook Lives. I like the butterflies, Jan. That's very cool. What are the rest of you up to? What are you up to tonight? Actually, in America, it'd be, America. What time is it in America now, Henry? What time is it there? Whereabouts in America are you, Henry? If you're still watching this, I'd love to hear from you. What time is it? I think you're about 16 hours behind us, so we're coming up to about 6 o'clock, I think, now. So that would make it about midnight in America right now. Okay, bedtime for you soon. Right, okay, well, I can't see any other comments, questions coming through. If you do have any final questions, pop them in now. Otherwise, I will call it a wrap. Oh, Henry, there we are. I'm passionate about my new cords of steel phone chargers, Apple and Android. Oh, yeah, they're awesome. Your cords of steel are brilliant. I met Henry in America a few years ago, and he's got these awesome phone chargers that are made out of steel. They're brilliant. They're so, because a lot of them, they break and they're just a pain in the backside, whereas these steel ones are absolutely brilliant. Henry, that's very cool. I'm passionate about those too. They are fantastic. Thanks, Jan. Have a great week. 3:12 a.m. over there. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're 3 hours. You must be on Pacific time as opposed to Eastern time. Anyway, so you're in. Where are you exactly, Henry? Which part of America? You must be over near Orlando somewhere, are you? Orlando. Yeah, I think there's 3 hours difference between LA and Orlando or something. Anyway, it's kind of like Australia. In Australia, we have, Sydney over one side and Perth over the other side. Perth's 2 hours behind, I believe. 2 hours behind. Yes, anyway, time zones, wherever it is, we're all coming together here on this Facebook Live. It's the beauty of social media. That's what I love about the world of media. You can connect with people from all over the world so much easier now than we have ever been able to do. It's so cool. And be able to do shows together with co-hosts from other places, like the tech webcast show that I co-host. We've got 2 guys from Melbourne on the show, and also a guy from America. And we all co-host this show together. We've been doing it for a few years now, all together, the 4 of us. And I haven't met physically any of my co-hosts. Can you believe it? Amazing. Oh, okay. You're in Texas, Henry. Cool. Okay. Beautiful. Texas. Yay. I've never been to Texas. I reckon that'd be a pretty cool place to go to. Hello, Rick. Welcome. Hello. All right, I'm going to wrap up this live, as much as I'd love to keep chatting with you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Nick. I'm going to be speaking at the Business Owners Smashing It online meetup tomorrow night. Check out the meetup. I need to send you our new cord. Oh, okay, Henry. Yeah, sure. Well, I'll give you my address right now. PO Box 114, Southport, BC. Southport, one word, SOUTHPORT, BC for Business Centre. Queensland, Australia 4215. If you would like to send that would be awesome, Henry. Thank you so much. And then next time I can hop on a live and go, here's Henry's cord. Yay. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, Henry's brilliant. Contact Henry. Message him if you want one of these steel cords. He is amazing. Business owners smashing it online. I've got some events coming up. Just join us also on Mass Media Masters on the group on Facebook and also on Meetup. And we've got all the events listed there. I also do the Gold Coast Business Laughter Club event. We did one last Friday, which was hilarious. We've got the next event coming up, I think July 19 for that one. The Animal Action Night this year will be, okay, I'll text it to you, Henry, no problem. All right, hello, Rula, welcome. Where was that? The Animal Action Night this year, the 13th annual Animal Action Night will be on October 5 at the Quality Hotel Mermaid Waters. I'm also doing a series of workshops and events with Patricia Laverty. She's also brilliant, and we did a Fame, Fortune and Freedom workshop last week. So lots going on. I was at the Marketing Rotary Conference yesterday talking about PR. Rotary is amazing. I'm blown away actually by Rotary and Rotarians and what they do for the community. It's just brilliant. You have a blessed day too. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And here's to always shining your light bright so you can light up the world around you, and you will light up the world around you by shining bright. So be the best version of you that you can be and inspire those around you. And remember, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are special. And once you get that, you can then help others see the brilliance with them, because we are all connected and we're all amazing. And sometimes we give ourselves a hard time, we give others a hard time. You know, they say hurt people hurt people. So if people aren't hurting, they're not going to hurt people. So how can you get to a space where you're happy about yourself and your life and you appreciate those around you? When you get to that space, life is pretty cool. You know, life is flow when you're in the zone. All right, that's hello Larry, welcome. Life is flow when you're in the zone. I kind of like that. I never said that before. That's pretty cool. I like that. Anyway, so remember to do that. Shine your light bright, and you will light up those around you. Have a most spectacular evening or morning wherever you are in the world. And great to see you. We'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.